everybody, so today I wanted to cover a topic that a lot of us with older homes, especially mid-century modern homes, deal with, and that is chimneys. They tend to be kind of a high maintenance item, and they can do things like leak, especially if you have the Roman style brick like I do. This stuff is really porous, and when it's exposed to the elements like this, unlike when it's under your eaves underside, it can deteriorate over time, cracking and expanding with temperature. And so mine has actually been taking on moisture lately, and so we got to seal it. We got to solve this problem. So I'm going to go over and show you kind of the stage of doing this. You can either hire somebody, probably cost you about $1,000 or so, or there's some of this stuff you can kind of do on your own. Again, I'm not a contractor, just doing this DIY, but hopefully this helps you if you have an older home, especially something with brick like this. And let's take a look. So as you can see, there's a lot of organic growth up here on the brick, algae, again, because it's been really wet here in Georgia the last couple of years, and this is above the roof line, so it's exposed. The first step is to get stuff like this off. So the first thing you want to do is pressure wash. Pressure wash everything off, get it nice and clean, because then we're going to seal it, so you want to have a nice clean surface to seal. So let's pressure wash this. So now that the pressure washing is done, I'm going to let that dry out for 1 to 2 days, and then we're going to come back and seal it. So it's been a couple of days since I pressure washed the chimney. The weather's remained dry, so it's time to go to the next step and actually apply these chemicals. Real quick, I came across a great DIY website by some chimney repair people. I'll share the link below so you can also reference it. But I learned about these great products behind me by Chimney RX, and there's 3 of them that we're going to use today. One for the crown at the top of the chimney, a water repellent to put on the outside, and then also a crack sealant for any cracks that may be in the face of the brick or in the mortar. So let's start the process and go from there. I've applied the crown repair and given it a couple hours to dry. So the next step, I will remove the duct tape from around the top of the chimney, and we will go ahead and start applying the water repellent. Now that we're ready to apply the water repellent, we're going to use a garden sprayer to apply it. As you begin spraying, you'll want to start from the bottom and go up, making sure to saturate the brick. You'll see it running down the face of the brick. After 3 to 5 minutes of letting it dry, go ahead and go back over it and do a second coat. On to the last step. So we finished the water repellent, and now we're going to use the crack and joint sealer. Now this is for when you have cracks in your mortar or even possibly your brick face. You're going to use a brush or a paintbrush to dab the product directly into the crack. So when you put your brush, it's a lot like Elmer's glue. So when you put your brush into the product, just put the tip, and then what you're going to do is use the brush to literally push the product into the crack so that it fills the crack up. You're not painting, it's more like you're using it to put it into the crack and to stuff it in there so it fills it up. I'll go ahead and finish this, and then we'll be able to take a look at the finished product. So a couple closing notes now that I'm done. It really only took a few hours total time. Mainly it was waiting in between stages for things to dry. Definitely make sure that temperature is above 40 and that it's not going to rain the day that you're doing this work. So I found the products easy to find on Amazon, and they were easy to use. The instructions very clear. They turned out much better than anticipated. Another couple notes, you'll see that the bricks, there are some dark spots still on them at the moment, but that's because it's still drying. It'll take a couple days to fully go away is what the products say. The sealant that was put on the cracks, that dried completely clear. I didn't have large cracks, so that was probably part of it. So I think this project turned out really well. It only cost me about $160 for the 3 materials and then some supplies that I needed as well. Now, if you're not handy and not comfortable getting up on your roof, then by all means, hire a professional to have this done. So there you go. Now you know how to maintain and prolong the life of the chimney at your house. If you've done this at your home, I'd love to hear the comments below. Please comment, like this channel, and subscribe.